What's up, good morning, ladies? My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko Was the Overpowered Character Lord? I was gonna name him the God of Space and Time, but I'm like, no, he's just gonna be what I just said in the intro. So, yeah, in this parallel universe, there's 3 stages, or 3 levels. Alright, 3 stages. There's stage 1, where people like Zumi, Momo, everybody that has a quirk is at level 1. And quirkless are at the level 0. And whoever has the ability is at level 2. And whoever has the whoever has the skills, like from ability to skills, is level 3. Level 3 is the highest. Level 0 is the lowest tier. Top tier. Yeah. No one even got to level 3 tier yet. So, they've been through level 1 and level 0. No one made it through level 2 or level 3 until Zuko came along. I'll get that into that momentarily. So, I'm also throwing in Zumi, so if you didn't catch on. So, now we begin with Zuko and Zumi being born. At age of 4, about that, and yeah, the Zuko being born and Zumi, and at age of 4, they went to a quirk doctor, and the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she can become a hero, but she's only tier 1, level 1. Her brother is at tier 0. But, he lied to just protect him. He's actually at tier 2 with 3 different abilities. The 1 is infinity and 0 and creation. Yeah, so yeah, but let's get back into the story. So, yeah, sorry if I breathe in. So, yeah, basically, the Quark Doctor tried to protect Zuko from going into level 2. Like holding him back. So he lied to him to protect him. And yeah, basically, yeah. So Zuko couldn't become a hero, and he's at tier 0. So his parents ignore him because they are at tier 1. Yeah. So they just ignore him. And yeah. He became, as he kind of feels joy about it. Like he doesn't want to be having a quirk anyways. So he just does like musician stuff. Or actually he just plays the guitar by himself when his parents and his sister is not home. Because one, he actually played the guitar so good that he wasn't like, he got bored. So yeah. And he walks around. Of course, Bakugo was making fun of him for being quirkless, as he just laughs it off. As he says, hey, I would rather had if I ever had like your quirk or like better, it would probably be like, doesn't surprise me. As, yeah, Bakugo was like, you're that kind of person. You're more chilled than, yeah, that's weird. As one day, at age of 6, he came to the park. He sat down on a bench and reading on his phone. As luck would have it, a quirk doctor walks up, sat down right next to him, and he told him that he had a quirk. Or he had or you're actually at tier 2, actually, Zuko. And Zuko was like, wait, what? I'm confused. Can you explain it? Yes. Tier 2 or people that are tier 2 people has only 1 or 2 abilities, but you have 3. Hey, once you get like all 3 of them fused together, then you'll be in tier 3. As he just chuckles a bit, with that thing, no one would probably believe it, me anyway, so there's no point. You can become a hero. All for one, and between me and all for one, we do know that you can reach it. And so, and you're very powerful. Okay, so yeah. So they've been talking as he's confused of why he lied to him, as he asks, in order to protect you from going into level 3, because no one else went into 2 or 3 yet, but you're the first person to actually born as tier 2 going into tier 3. You feel honored. As he puts a hand on his shoulder, as he tells them that about like, oh, you're still strong as ever, Zuko. So yeah. So then a time skip to 15. He trains his body. As Zumi and Bakugo make fun of him, as he simply giggles at them, as his sister is like, huh, you're still giggling like always, aren't you? Yeah. As he's hiding his emotion. And during the conversation between him and the court doctor, the court doctor says, in order to go into level 3, because normally you have, or for going into number 2, you have to sacrifice your loved one to go into level 2, but you are at level 2. You didn't make any sacrifices. You were born as level 2. And level 3 is your humanity to becoming, but your infinity and 0 and creation will be the fusion, like fusion bypasses it. So yeah, so now 15. They got accepted to UA. Zumi, Bakugo, and Zuko. As everyone looks at looks at Zuko and says, huh, he's a literal weakest one. Everyone says that. He's literally weakest one of the bunch. Okay? As he just says, Yeah. So he goes in to UA and he actually written and yeah, he got class 1B. Something tells Nezu that Zuko has something in stores. And Zuko simply got put in class 1B, soon will be boosted up to class 1A with his sister and Bakugo. And yeah, so he does the. I'm skipping all the way to the All Might versus All for One because it's all just in canon. And All Might or All for One says, I have no interest in killing you, but I am interested in the one of your students. As All Might was down but not out, as he says, which one? I believe his name is Zuko Midoriya. As everyone is like, why him? He's the literal weakest one, as All Might says. Oh, you think he's weak. But in reality, you all are weak to his eyes. He was born as level 2 with 3 abilities instead of 2 abilities. As Zumi and Zumi, Inko, Asashi heard it from All for One that their brother is or their brother slash son was born level 3 or level 2 as just one more her stage is easy for him to accomplish. Why is that? Because the 3 of his abilities is infinity, zero, and creation. He'll fuse them together to create one Forge of Creation skill. It allows him to. So, if he does that, he'll be. But there's one. Under normal circumstance, you don't understand what the people have. As All for One's about to. Or actually, All for One says, I'm gonna use. Or I'll protect his power and use it for my own deed. Say your goodbyes, All Might. As he's about to charge up his attack. And he used the blast. As everyone says, no! As Zuko infused his entire body to create a monster. That, as it, absorbs the attack as his dark voice comes out. You dare try to kill my friends? Time for you to die here. As he runs right up to All for One, rips him in half. And yeah, do you want me to explain in details? So, yeah, he rips All for One's bones. Yeah, he literally rips All for One to pieces and starts eating them as he turns around in order to fuse all three quirks together, or all three abilities. He had to let his anger out. Then, yeah, to order to fuse them together. As he turned to All Might and about to kill him. As, let's say, Zumi was there. Her. She couldn't believe that her own brother was born tier 2. Who? And now going into his tier 3, as All Might says. I see. You actually, in order to, usually for us normal people with quirks, we have to sacrifice a loved one to order to get tier 2. And in order to get to tier 3, we have to sacrifice our humanity to become tier 3. But you actually was born different from us, right, Zuku? Yes. All of you think that I was weak. Tier 0. But I am not. I was born tier 2. The quirk doctor told me that. But in order to keep me from going full Super Saiyan, I have to, or he had to lie to me. Yeah. So, no. As his body starts to react to the changes, not in a bad way, in a good way, as his sister runs up to him, and but All Might stopped her from, as All Might tells her that in order to get to tier 3, your brother didn't have to sacrifice his own humanity, but his rage. He had to sacrifice his own rage to gain tier 3. As the tier 3 Zuko came out, looks just as normal, but now he has Forge of Skills, or Forge of Creation skill. So he became the world's most powerfulest man, or this is what he looks like. Sacrificing his rage to becoming a man of creation. Yeah, Forge of Creation skill. As Bunny Girl says, I like the new look, by the way. It's more soothing. Yeah, everyone that was watching him transform into that was crispy. The pro heroes, everyone saw as he was like, he is now the most powerfulest person in the world. As Nezu is happy to. How do you feel, Zuko? As he says, I'm doing good. I feel better already. As Zuko tells him, as, yeah. So, when Bakugo heard that the court doctor lied to his friend, he starts to tear up and starts to cry. As he didn't know that the Zuko was tier 2, was born tier 2, higher than him. As Bakugo says, no wonder why he was laughing. But he's told me that yeah. So now he went from being a tier, or actually he was 0 to level 3. He was born level 2 to level 3. Yeah. So, but there's one thing. Zuko actually has accomplished one other thing that allows him to go into tier 4. Yeah. Because usually humans are like from 0 to 3, but whatever passes that, and he could go all the way to level 101. Yeah. So Zuko trained his body as something clicked into his body again. But this time his body went through a massive change. Like, AKA, he is now the most powerfulest person in the entire universe. His body was like infused with as he evolved into a unique one. As he looks up at his hand, and he looked at his hand as he became. So he's a class 1A student. He got bumped up. So his sister's like, man, as they usually check on his genetic thing, and what the recovery girl saw, she immediately almost had a heart attack. And yeah, she literally almost had a heart attack after looking at what Zuko had, as the when she told him that you are now evolved into a new type. What kind of type? You are now very high and hero or character. Your body, or actually, it says you are at level 101. As Zumi and Bakugo, let's say Bakugo and Zumi took Zuko to Recovery Girl because of Eraserhead tells them that, as they couldn't believe that they were like, man, Zuko, who, if you add any more training to that, it would probably be, yeah. So when they came, they had their eyes like, you know those anime characters where they have like dark shadow over their eyes, like how All Might has, but without a blue dot thing. Yeah. As the Class 1A says, what just happened? When are all of you just like, are you all like sad? As Zuko, or as Bakugo, or no, actually, Zumi says this. Well, if we told you, would you believe us? Go on. Zuko, or we were just at the Recovery Girl's office, and what we found on like when Recovery Girl found out that the Zuko's level is not just at level 3. And Zuko, it's at level 101. As Momo couldn't, and the entire class couldn't believe it. 101? That's above a human, or above ours, like, level. As everyone, including including Mr. Aizawa, couldn't believe it. Usually they have level caps of level 3. But if Zuko passed that, he's like, yeah, if I add any more training, it would probably be... Okay? So, please wait for part 3, or part 2.